It's the last hurrah before the big day. Stories run wild in the craziest way. From Vegas nights to the beach town vibes. We're laughing or party, you're in for a ride.
Welcome back to Drunken Suits. My name is Will Kroboth, and I'm here with.
Bobby Carlson.
All right, we're Drunken Suits. We're a podcast. We talk about bachelor parties, where to plan them, travel tips, crazy stories. If you got a story and you want to come on and share your experience, let us know. So, Bobby, today we are talking about Biloxi, Mississippi.
Biloxi. You got to add that little southern into it, right?
I saw a couple different pronunciations of the word. Absolutely. I still don't know which one's right.
I think it's almost like you pronounce it a little bit with like Bulloxi. Or maybe that's just the southern. I don't know, but it like Biloxi.
Biloxi. I like it. All right. So, as a bachelor party destination, I'm sure there's a lot of viewers out there that probably like, I've never heard of this city. I mean,
Yeah.
what kind of sparked us to pick this as a potential location?
Well, it actually kind of all started, as you kind of know, we started this podcast because our one buddy, we were planning his bachelor party. I came up with New Orleans as I'm doing research. Some people are saying just go to Biloxi, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So it's about 90 minutes out from New Orleans. That's where I was like planning it, and so they're kind of shuffling us over. So I was like, what's really in Biloxi? Like I've never heard of it, and it's kind of a hidden gem, which is pretty cool. It's under the radar. It's not really loud about its party scene or anything that's going on. It kind of seems like they built up these Vegas style hotels. They made some white sand beaches. They have this amazing Gulf food and all this cuisine, and then just didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I guess just for reference, right, there's only about 50,000 people in this city. So maybe they just
Yeah.
don't have the amount of people to advertise. But yeah, I mean, just that proximity of casino hotel resorts to these white sand beaches is pretty incredible. I mean, they are right on the beach. Where else do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you're saying. It's got the infrastructure. It doesn't have the reputation.
Yeah.
So it's built to be a bachelor party destination. I think we're about to dive in. Kind of, does it have the legs to get there though? You kind of brought up those 50,000 people that live there now. Did you see how many tourists they get a year?
I don't have a number, but I know that the city heavily relies on tourism for their their economic growth.
It is for only a 50,000 yearly living there. There's 4.2 million tourists a year.
Jeez, that's a lot.
That's a whole lot. And it makes sense why there's resorts right there.
Right. And I mean the big money spender, right? We got to talk about it. This is the main attraction here, the casinos.
Yeah, it's huge, and it's from my understanding. I mean, I want to dive into casinos completely because that is the main thing. You're hitting it early.
Well, hey, we got to start off hot here, right? Um, I guess let's start with a little bit of like history then with where that comes from. So, I mean, the city started as having a reputation for kind of like underground gambling before any sort of like casino activity was legal. I don't know if you saw that. I thought that was pretty interesting.
No, I don't know anything about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it already has this illegal gambling reputation, and then right in I believe early 1990s is when the state of Mississippi legalized gambling. However, it had to be on the water. So this is important, and this is the reason why all of your casinos, resorts are on the water right now. Is because when they first legalized it, you had to be at sea. So they would actually build the casinos on barges or like over docks that are over top of the water to get around it. Now, these days, Hurricane Katrina had impacted this area pretty severely. So a lot of those things got, blown down and, ruined, which is tragedy, but they were able to rebuild back on land. So that's why they're not over the water anymore. But just a cool little background right there, little history lesson.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I mean, so you touched on something too. I did my research. I was like, why do people not know about Biloxi? I've never heard about it. I'm originally from the Northeast. Even in South Carolina here, I just haven't heard about it. So when I looked up, why do people not necessarily know about it? One of the things that came up is in Hurricane Katrina 2005, it pretty much destroyed the city completely. Um, and it was in the news, pretty recycled in there as a name that got destroyed very heavily. So I think a lot of people associated it with not being built up, still being under construction. It's a city that's getting reborn in a sense. So that's kind of why it's not been maybe a front runner or the loudest like PR kind of going out there. But that's a very cool history about it. And now it's got these huge freaking resorts.
It's insane. I mean, I was looking at some videos, like they are massive, right? You got the big names there too. Um,
I mean, I said Vegas
Pretty cool
style.
stuff.
It really is.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, like you walk inside some of these casinos, and it has the Vegas style interior where it looks like a fake town, and um, it's pretty interesting. I mean, and then the other thing is too that it is open 24/7. They don't have any laws, so you don't have to stop gambling. You don't have to stop drinking. Um, so that's another big pro for the for Biloxi.
So, I mean, I think the biggest lures in when you're talking about it, it's the casinos and it's the beaches. Um,
Absolutely.
but I mean, that's all you really need in a bachelor party, right? Day, go to the beach, white sand beaches, pretty awesome. Maybe you book a like shrimp boat out there or something, and then you hit casinos at night. And the casinos is where really I've noticed really the only nightlife really exists. There are some local bars, there are some beach bars, there's little things. Nightlife though is going to be at these casinos. There's bands that come in, live music. They have the drinks, they have food on them, they have pools, they have rooftops. That's where the life begins. But beach all day and then going to a one-stop shop of casino isn't really such a bad trip.
No, no, and I mean just to pitch it even harder there, the 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 cost and everything in this area are super affordable. I mean, I think I saw something where it was like 15% lower average cost than like the average city. So yeah, I mean, especially if you're gonna like try to save some money, this sounds like a pretty fun option.
Exactly. So I saw that too, and when I was looking up another reason why it kind of gets droned out by like why it's not in, talked about very often, not in your normal research. Well, it's like when you type in that research of that southern city for a bachelor party, you see the New Orleans 90 minutes away. You see Austin, you see Miami, you see what else am I missing here? Like Nashville, Austin. Like so you see all of these ones and that's going to be on your right away searches. So it's like you see the other cities and you don't get shown this, but then it has so much to offer as well. So that's pretty cool. And like you're saying, affordability, those ones are pricey.
Yes, I mean this is a bang for your buck. Gonna be pretty up there, I think. In that sense. And another thing, I don't want to go too far past it. Was we were talking about the beach, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
these white sand beaches, very cool. But another important key detail is you are legally allowed to drink on the beach, as long as it's not
Great.
glass. You're allowed to legally open container be drinking. So, a lot of public beaches. elsewhere that you would go, I don't know if I would say frowned upon, but it's technically illegal. So you got to be careful. Here, not so much.
In my research, I saw this about the beach. Um, Please leave it in the comments if you know better, because I only saw it one site that said this, but it said it had the longest man-made beach in America, which is a 26-mile white sand beach.
Hey, you got to give them props for trying. I mean, they're trying to make this place pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, they're building it up. Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. Beaches, casinos. Um, so then one thing I touched on too. Let's get into some of that local flavor.
Yeah,
Right,
let's
we're
get it.
talking about what's unique about these different cities. This has the Gulf right next to it. There is some amazing food that's coming out of the Gulf.
Yes, yes. The cuisine here is uh, unique. We'll put it that way. It's unique.
Yeah. Well, just a couple restaurants that really touch, like really just pull right out of the Gulf that I saw that I'll just name is Shaggy's, The Reef, and Half Shell Oyster House. So just a couple if you're planning a bachelor party there, maybe put those on your list because those are pulling right off the Gulf and putting it on your plate. So pretty cool.
Yeah, and another thing too. I kind of got into some of the history a little bit heavy on this one, but this city actually has a lot of Vietnamese influence. So think like New Orleans style Cajun Creole dishes infused with a Vietnamese influence. Um, that's kind of a big thing there, which I would never have expected, but it sounds pretty interesting, and would definitely give it a try. Right, when in Rome,
When
gotta
in
try
Rome.
what they're eating.
Yeah, when in Rome in Mississippi, you try Korean. That's that's three different, completely different things. So much. When in Rome or Mississippi, you try Korean.
Little did you guys know, we had a little challenge to see who could throw more cities in this episode.
Unbeknownst to me.
Yeah, it was just me. I was just challenging myself.
I don't know. I honestly though, if we're playing, I'm winning.
All right, you did. You had like 5 or 6 in just that one pull.
Yeah.
So, well,
I said it gets shadowed out by some other cities and I named some. I didn't know we were
well.
playing, but that's fun. I'm playing now. Hey, did you ever hear about Schnecksville, Pennsylvania?
All right. You win. You
All right.
win.
Yeah, yeah. Um, hey, one so local flavor we're talking about too. There is a cool history in there too. Um, so you there's the Hurricane Museum there. There's also like different things that have made it through the hurricane, like lighthouses, which is like a very cool spot to go to. Apparently, there's an island out there that people take boats out to that has a full like history thing. There's a lot of vintage cars there too. Very cool. Um, so
You were talking
I don't know if
there.
you have other historic ones.
Yeah, well, you were talking about the islands that you go out to, right? Um, so one of them, they're these barrier islands, right? So I've heard that these are also pretty fun spots that if you guys want to book a day trip or something out there, it could be fun. But I want to talk about one in specific called Ship Island. I don't know if you saw this one at all.
No, please.
So Ship Island has a pretty significant pirate history. I guess like in the 1700s, it was actually like a pirate hideout spot. Kind of cool. Um,
Shiver me timbers. You're joking.
I thought you were trying to sneak another location in
No,
there.
no.
But so that got me thinking. I was like, all right, we're on a bachelor party, and you run into a group of pirates. They join your bachelor party. Does that make your bachelor party better or worse? What do you think?
Better. Do you know how much rum I'm drinking?
Okay, so they
And
know how to drink for sure.
and they're hunting for booty just like me.
I'll play devil's advocate, right? Think about how dangerous they could be. Your wallet's probably not going to be safe. You know, they're probably pretty smelly and dirty. Um, you might get humbled by their drinking abilities. Think about that. They're
Maybe,
gonna drink you under the table.
probably, but that sounds like a fun night to me.
Yeah, I mean, I just had to play devil's advocate. I think that'd be pretty fun
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. You find a group of pirates, you let me know. That's like a life goal of mine. I don't know if you ever know that. I always wanted to be a pirate. Like some people strive to be like astronauts or like doctors or lawyers. Pirate sounds like so much fun.
All right. Well, now we know, right?
Yeah,
But
that sounds like
let's
great.
hear it in the comments, right? Let me know. Do you think a pirate would make your bachelor party better or worse?
Now, what would you think? A themed pirate bachelor party, or at least for one day? You're going out to one of these islands. You tell everybody we're only drinking rum today, and where you could only talk like a pirate, or like you could make a game out of first person that like messes up, or like whatever kind of thing. There's challenges to it, but you go to this island, you just get hammered on some rum. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
That could be kind of fun. I agree. I like that idea.
Are you into themed bachelor parties? You think that's a good way to go about them?
Um, I don't know. I think that this might be a bit of a loaded answer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna depend on the location, honestly, right? Like, does the location have a lot of other things to do, or are you doing a more local one and you got to get a little more creative? If it's that second option, then absolutely, I think a theme would be so much fun. Everybody buys in, has a great time with it. That would be killer. But if you're in a bigger place where there's so much else to do, you might be missing out on the other fun things in that city if you're just
Mm-hmm.
going to spend a day doing something you could have done elsewhere.
I see themed. I guess it's more bachelorette. You see like themed stuff. Some of them I just don't get. Like, what's up with the
Like
different
what?
colored wigs?
Oh yeah, I there's got to be an inside joke there that we're not in on, right?
But I mean, there's a lot of them, and it's like the bob ones, whatever. They all have like a bob wig that's different colors. Like it's hey,
Yeah, I don't know.
teach their own, but that's not me. I don't think. I think guys maybe you have a themed maybe where you do sports. It's all like sports bars and go to a sports game and you're just wearing sports jerseys. Sick. I could see like other sports or like themed where it's like I don't know. You all have a funny name for the groom or something on a shirt. Like I don't know, but I also like the thing like hey, we're doing a theme just like today. Like we're just doing pirates stuff like that. It could be hilarious.
Yeah. If it's something small like that, that could be a lot of fun just to integrate it to where you're at.
I'm gonna say this. This week's segment of Don't Be This Guy. If your bachelor party is having a theme, don't be the guy that's the Debbie Downer during it. I feel like I'm always saying don't be the Debbie Downer, but it's like that ruins a theme party or a theme day 100%. We had Andrew on here not too long ago talking about a dinner party, a little bit different. It takes one person that's like this sucks, and it's just gonna ruin it. It's just not like, hey man, this isn't your party. Like, shut up.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, since we're on the segment of don't be that guy, also don't be the guy that goes way over the top into the theme and like takes away from the actual experience too, right? So two major extremes there. Find a happy medium.
Yeah, just have some fun. All right,
Agreed.
let's get back to Biloxi.
Yeah.
So we talked a lot about the history, fun things. We kind of got off topic there, talking about the islands. Different things though. You said like chartering like a trip out there. Like we said, it's on the Gulf of America or Mexico. Let's just move on. You can also go on like shrimp boats for a day. You can get jet skis, paddle boards, ferry rides. So, like there's a bunch of different stuff you could do on the water too and book it out. Not just sitting on the beach, but you know us, we don't have any problem just sitting on the beach. But for anybody that wants to, do something else, get a little different, there it is.
Yeah, and a lot of these tour boats too, like the shrimping boats or fishing excursions, are kind of like BYOB. Maybe bring your own speaker. Um, so it's not just gonna be maybe a lame boat tour if that's what you're thinking. Like you can have a little bit of fun, get it maybe a little rowdy on it.
Definitely, definitely.
Bring your pirate spirit.
I love that. I could be a pirate today. Um,
Let me hear your best R.
arg. That was
I
good. I
love
don't
it.
care what you say. That was good.
8.7 out of 10. That was pretty good.
That's some bull. That was so good. I don't care. All right. So I found some Reddit quotes too. I wanted to read out just about Biloxi. I think
Yeah,
I've said
let's
it
hear 'em.
different times now, multiple times this podcast.
I still
All
don't
right.
know. So
So about
I'm sure one of them
Badusi.
we got right.
All right. Here's a quote. So Hard Rock is probably the best for a group of young guys. IMO, in my opinion. So Hard Rock got a big shout out there on Reddit. Don't really know who this guy is, but he was, and this was like in a subreddit for Biloxi. And they're saying Hard Rock probably the best place to go for everything it has to offer for a bachelor party. So just keep that in mind. Other people have gone and liked it.
Yeah. So I mean, you got the Hard Rock right, but that's not the biggest. I could see it being the most fun for a group of young people, but we'd be remiss not to give the largest one a shout out, right? The Beau Rivage. That one's the largest one there. So I'm sure if you look at a picture of the city, it's probably going to be the main giant resort hotel that you can see. So just wanted to throw that one in there too.
You got the other three big names listed out? I do if you don't.
No, let's hear them. You got it.
So you got the IP Casino Resort Spa, you got the Golden Nugget, and the Palace Casino. All these big names, again, big buildings. Like it's there. They've got gaming, music, clubs, spas, rooftop lounges, pools, and dining areas. It's a one-stop shop. Whatever you need, you can have a whole night in one of these casinos and feel like you're traveling all around. Like they're massive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there are some other things to do too. If those aren't your things, I would
Like what? What
maybe
do you
not.
got?
Well, I just wanted to preface it by saying it's probably not the main reason that you're going there, but it could be a little half day activity, right? Um, they have a lot of golf in the area, ranging in terms of um, you know difficulty as well as like formality, right? So whatever your group is, they probably have an option there for you. Um, I saw there was some go karting tracks that look kind of fun, and they also have a minor league baseball team there. So if if your group's real into baseball, you can catch a game there, have a couple local brews. Just some other ideas for you.
Just throwing this out there though, you don't really have to be baseball guys. I'm not the biggest baseball guy. I grew up playing lacrosse. I've gone to these minor leagues before. Iron Pigs, shout out. Rail Scranton Rail Riders have been to. Like they are so much fun to go to. Like even if you're not a big baseball guy, it's going out. You're with the boys. You're drinking. Like it's gonna be fun. Like so, definitely a good idea. I think on a bachelor party, you're playing. So all this though is you're planning ahead. You're planning ahead here. Nothing. What I've really found with that, like daytime activities and nightlife, it's not just all the time going on. You are the party, so you have to plan it out. You have to plan when you're doing this stuff. You have to when you're going. Is there a baseball game? Is there the clubs? Like what clubs are you going to? Is there a beach party? Probably not. You're gonna have to make the beach party. Like so, you want to do a daytime activity. It's not like you just flip a coin. You want to plan ahead, rent out a boat early, kind of all of that stuff. So putting that out there that this isn't just a hey like spontaneous one.
That's a good call. Yeah, you're gonna have to do your research ahead of time. It's not readily available.
Again, though, pretty affordable for planning it out, you can make this a cheap option. So
Yep, that's the trade-off, right? I mean, sometimes that has to be the options. So it excels where it excels, and it lacks where it lacks. But
well, I think this
all
might be
right,
a good time to drop in on the second Reddit quote I had. It kind of just fits what we were just saying there. So they said it's a hidden gem for bachelor parties that's laid back, not elbow to elbow, and no pressure to spend like crazy. Groups wanting fun and not the hype. So I mean, that's like they're pretty generic saying all of that stuff. I felt like they read that off somewhere and typed it, but it is it kind of just hits. I feel like everything on spot of what we're saying. It's the laid back group. It's kind of that hidden gem of not the big cities, and it's affordable. Like nice. Like you kind of gotta know what you're getting into.
yeah, yeah. Um, I do have a fun fact that I wanted to share, though. Um, we were kind of talking about drinks a little bit before, but they have a drink there that's called the Biloxi Bomber.
Whoa,
That's a pretty cool name,
it
but
is. It already
um,
sounds good.
it actually is. I think it's supposed to be meant as maybe not, but it comes in a big bowl, so it's like an oversized cocktail. And I think that they usually put it in like a fish bowl. So it's just kind of a fun little thing that they try to make a claim for trying to rival like New Orleans right across the way there.
I like it. I like it though. I mean, that's how you bring your name out a little bit. Good for them. I like that.
Yeah, they are trying. I will give them that. From what I've seen, it seems like this city is trying.
They're trying. So then I'm going to bring this up, which you might not like. Why don't you go to Biloxi then? So, two reasons I really came across hurricanes, it can get hit pretty hard. Second one, it's not the safest place to go to. It's actually significantly exceeds the national average for all aspects of crimes. So, like the national average in a city per person, it's almost like double what the national average is for even like violent crimes to like petty theft.
See, that's interesting. So, um, I don't know. Maybe I was on just a very favorable. Maybe it was a Biloxi website themselves, but in terms of crime, saw that yeah, it was bad, but they have done a lot recently to improve on that, improve their police presence, and they're really trying to turn it around. So take it
That was
for
in the
what it's worth.
census of 2025.
Okay, yeah. So maybe they're just not doing as great of a job at that as they claim.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're trying though, that's the first right step. So absolutely, but so I also though this isn't such like you walk, bar to bar. It's a lot of like Ubering, driving, or like you're planning out different stuff here, and you're going to be having to take cars there. So maybe it's like the casino is like safe, or like the beach is safe, but between the places, maybe that's where like crime is happening more. It's not necessarily happening to the tourists because a lot of cities are like that. They don't want to hurt the tourists as much because if the tourists go down, then their whole city goes down. So they kind of go after locals more or just the really dumb people that just moved there or something.
I'm stuck on this one thing that you said. You said that you can't walk bar to bar. Now, that very well is true, but this is the thing I was picturing as I was reading, right? So, there's all these casinos. I don't know if we really touched on it heavily, but they are kind of one after another, right? So I kept thinking in my head, what if you just did a little casino crawl? You hit one casino, you play a game of blackjack, get a drink, boom, hit the next one, and maybe you guys hit like five, six, seven throughout an afternoon. That could be a fun day right there.
Absolutely.
Just an opportunity.
I think so too. I think that'd be great, but I think you're Ubering between each one. I don't think it doesn't have a strip like a Broadway or a Bourbon Street. It doesn't have like that essence. It's just all centrally there in Biloxi. It's not like a strip.
I don't know, man. I saw there was 8 casinos within just a few miles. I think that's walkable. That is possible.
Okay, Mr. Athlete. I don't know. Well, hey, you've been to Biloxi? Let us know. Can you walk all the casinos or not?
Yeah, would love to know because I think I'm right.
uh, anything else you have going on here? Anything you found? Good stories or anything?
um, I had something about Project Lounge. I found this on Reddit as well. Someone,
Okay.
um, I was trying to find like the local spots, dive bar type of things, and they said, you want the real smoky hole in the wall experience with the best damn burger you'll ever eat.
Ooh,
Go try this place called the Project Lounge. So I know nothing. I didn't look at anything else besides that, but that's a pretty intense statement if you ask me.
best burger. I mean, I've been in search my whole life for the best burger, and obviously until now I know where my best burger's at. But I'm always down to see if anything can beat it because you know what? That I'm putting this in the comments too. Sorry, we're loading up comments this time, but if you know where the best burger is, please let me know. What city holds the best burger? Because that personally is what I want to know.
Just another reason to go visit that place.
That won't be another. That will be the reason I will go there. I heard this place has the best burger. Hey, Guy Fieri, let me know.
Hey, Guy Fieri, hop on the podcast, will you?
Yeah, man. I'd love to have that guy on.
Speaking of famous things, I got to throw this out there. Barks Root Beer was founded in Biloxi, Mississippi. So
Whew,
that's kind of cool.
that was a bark.
I'm B-A-R-K, or Q, B-A-R-Q.
No, I know. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. Side note, I'm seeing all these things about mug root beer. What is that about, right? Everybody's loving mug root beer online right now, but where's the Barks love?
Huh. I feel like, yeah, you don't hear much about barks.
No.
What's like the other like root beer that people know?
A&W?
A&W. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. I feel like that's what I would be going to.
Now, nothing like a little A treat.
A treat hits home, baby. Hits home. Oh, good A treat.
Drop a like if you know what A treat soda is.
Yes, sir. Drop a like. Well, I think that's what I had for Biloxi. You ready to break this down? Give a little score out?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, all right. You mind if I go first here?
All hands on deck for you.
Sounds good. All right. Nightlife, variety, right? You got some casinos. The casinos are all in one kind of things. No real clubs, though, outside of the casinos. You're kind of limited with these bar crawls. There are some local bars, like you kind of said, they're low key. If you want that like 3 a.m. bottle service craziness, you're going to these other big cities. You're not going to Biloxi. Given that kind of a lower rating, maybe middle of the road, nightlife variety just really isn't there as much. Next, I want to break it down. Affordability. Affordability, great. I'm saying it's maybe like a 9 out of 10. It's doing real well, right? That's boosting it up. You don't have to spend a lot for a bachelor party. Maybe you're flying in because it's kind of, if you're not living right there, it's going to be like flying in. There is an airport right there, which is very nice. I wrote it down. It is called the GPT. It's the Gulfport Biloxi International Airport, which is about 11 miles right from like downtown. And then they're also building an Amtrak right there, which is like the Mardi Gras something that it's like going right into town. So it's accessible. But again, if you're paying everything, great. And it's going to be some good times. Daytime activities, it's got some pretty good stuff. It's pretty seasonal, so seasonally around where you got stuff that's like warmer weather. Even in the winter, they have different stuff. We didn't even get into this. I kind of went over this. They have festivals going on there starting spring, summer, and fall. There's a Mardi Gras festival that's really old. They have
I saw oyster shucking.
yeah, they have Seafood Fest. They have Cruising the Coast, which is vintage cars. Their Mardi Gras brings in 80,000 tourists there, so it's a poppin' place. So they've got festivals going on. Their daytime activities: fishing, shrimp boats, casinos, golf, fishing charters, jet skis. It's there. Putting it up 7.5, 8. You got a longer days, longer hours. I like it. Walkability and transportation, I kind of said that, how it's accessible but not necessarily walkable. I'm putting it at like a 4.5. The vibe and party energy, again, I'm kind of saying it's middle of the road. I think there is a chance it's there, but it's not all over the place. You're kind of making the party more than, like everybody else is all the time. Adult entertainment, there's very few strip clubs, even if you're counting any like after dark action kind of stuff. If your crew really wants that wild night, like raunchy kind of stuff, probably not Biloxi. So I'm putting that like 2 or 3. Food and drinks, I'm putting high again. It's affordable and it's really good food. It's fresh off the Gulf, or you have your land stuff right there. Putting that like 8 or so. It's got the casinos and gambling. It's what it's known for. It's got big gambling. It's not just like your dirty rooms. You got festivals and the timing of year that you can go. It's a whole lot. The uniqueness and wow factor that we bring in, does this really have something so unique from the one next to it? No. Now you might fight me on that one. I think it's just like, yeah, like, oh man, we're going to the crazy thing. We're doing all this unique stuff. It's like, no, not necessarily. We're just going to Biloxi and we're kind of doing some of the stuff you would normally hear on a bachelor party. Not like, oh, I've never heard about doing that on a bachelor party before. So I'm putting that a little bit lower. And all in all, putting that all together, you're not blowing cash. You got your southern atmosphere. You are the party. It's not great for that wild high energy or no plans needed kind of thing. So I am marking it down 5.7.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. 5.7.
Yeah. Oh,
All
and I
right. I
didn't
mean, I
mention
don't
this
know.
too. Sorry, I didn't mention this, and this is another part that pushed it lower. It's not that safe. That was a big thing in my head. I was like, doubling the national average of crime is kind of nuts to me in my head. So if you're in charge of the safety of your crew, that's a little bit in the back of your mind always, that there's more stuff going on here than normal. So just that was another thing that brought it down. So 5.7.
All right. So I think that a lot of the things you said, I would agree with for the most part. Um, from what I saw in terms of the safety thing, it didn't seem to be as severe as what you found. So I didn't play that in as heavily. I might have to go look at that and reassess, but I'm going to go with the assumption that it's just, slightly under average in terms of safety. Um,
Okay.
Otherwise, I think you touched on a lot of things. I think it is pretty unique, though. You knew I was gonna spite you on it. I think it's super cool that you could go be on a casino floor and then within 5 minutes walk out and be on a white sand beach. I don't think there's many other places where you can do that and do that at multiple different locations. So, I think that part would be really unique for me. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff
Coming
during
from
the
the
day.
guy and living in West Palm Beach.
Well, hey, I mean, you don't see any casinos right on the beach here.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
So,
enough. Just give you a hard time.
of course, I know. But yeah, the nightlife brings it down. Um, you touched on it too. Weather, you can go all year round. The summer might be pretty hot and humid. You are in the southeast part of the country. But for the most part, it is an entire year-round thing, which for me is kind of important in the ranking. Um, I went with a 7.2 just because I think this would be a fun activity, and you bring guys that you have fun with, and I think this has a lot of potential. I know you're gonna highly disagree with me, but I think Biloxi is on the come up, and within maybe 15 to 20 years, this might be a pretty attractive city to go to a bachelor party for.
Yes, but no. I'm saying it's a lower score now. In 10 years or so, I think it will be a 7.2. And it has, like we said, it has the infrastructure, but now it just needs to get the people to go there. I think it will grow. And I think it has everything that you're going to be wanting soon. I just don't think it is right now. So I'm putting it low now. Again, I'm with you though. It will get better. I How about this? In 2 years when we're still doing this, we come back at this and we see where it's at now.
I like it. I like it. And then just one other thing I wanted to throw in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we kind of talked about this with Traverse City. Now, you take New Orleans out of the picture, or you don't want to spend that much. I think regionally, this would be a really fun spot to go to. So that's why I'm also giving it a couple extra points.
That's a big point. I think that's a big point. I don't always necessarily factor that in when I'm doing my pre-research. The people around there, though, already know about it. It's their hidden gem, you could say. Um, is it the country's? No, but it is a hidden gem for the locals. It's a good point.
So, hey, we can't be close to agreeing on all of them here, and you see our differences. Back to our old ways, where you're scoring a lot harsher and I'm scoring a little more sympathetic.
Last episode, though, we switched it.
We did. Got to keep the viewers on their toes.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I want to say thank you to the viewers for listening to our podcast today. I had fun. This is a different one, different angle you're looking at for bachelor parties. We're trying to hit all the cool cities. If you know of a good city that you want us to talk about, please let us know. Comment, text us, whatever you want. If you have a story from one, we want to hear about it. We can keep you completely anonymous. We would rather that and have a crazy story than somebody get in trouble too. So let us know.
Drop a comment. Pick a city and make us plan a bachelor party in that city. Can be any city. Try to make it hard for us. I'm curious to see what you guys come up with.
And if you really want to come on this podcast and you don't have a story from somewhere, tell us about a city that you've been to or something that you found interesting or a city you always wanted to come on. And maybe we'll plan something with you that why do you think it could be such a cool city? What do you think your bachelor party would look like? We're all about that. We'll have some fun with it and we'll make it work. So yeah, leave a comment and we'll have some fun.
Well, Bobby, pleasure speaking with you tonight. I'll catch you in the next one, everyone.
Pleasure's all mine.
It's the last hurrah before the big day. Stories run wild in the craziest way. From Vegas nights to the beach town vibes. We're laughing or party, you're in for a ride. It's the last hurrah before the big day. Stories run wild in the craziest way. From Vegas nights to beach town vibes. We're laughing or party, you're in for a ride.